Hi everyone, my name is Emişgül and I'm presenting together with my colleagues.
Hi, I am Ece.
I'm Senem.
So we are first going to explain actually the biggest problem on the island for us and how we want to solve it. After that, we will explain the proposal and what the effect of the experience of the island is after our proposal. And finally, we are going to discuss how the groups will work together with the different kind of proposal. So there are actually several kind of problems that emerge from the island, and the most important that come forward out this one are the unmanageable tourists, especially in the summer, the generation gap on the island, and that there's no fixed income on the island. But the biggest problem is actually the disappearance of identity and the culture on the island, because the island has like a very wide and big identity and culture, and we need to preserve and develop the island, preserve and develop this. But the island's culture is actually disappearing, and what's a better way to highlight the culture of an island rather than with food? So we actually choose gastronomy. So why do we choose gastrotourism, and what are the advantages, disadvantages, and potentials in this? Now, according to research, actually, it has been stated that gastronomic tourism contributes significantly to the country's economy in matters such as business, employment, and added value. So if a country has like a wide range of heritage, it should make an effort to promote its cousin. And this also increases the number of elite tourists and income of the locals. So the island has a wide history, culture, and taste from different ethnicities, and actually can use this to promote its cousin. So in research and interviews, it came forward that the island has no fixed income. In addition, gastrotourism has a contribution to the country's economy of 70%, and a contribution to the accommodation sector of 30%. And since gastronomy tourism also has no summer or winter time, it's an income throughout the whole year. It's which can be like one income, maintain the income cycle. And gastrotourism also can be created in order to distribute tourists throughout the whole island, and not be intensively in one region. And another thing for gastronomy is also gastronomic events and festivals can be a reason to bring the local people and the tourists to come together. So gastronomic tourism is actually a part which continues an important part of tourism income in countries in the world. It's actually an area that waits to be developed in Turkey as well. So in terms of gastronomy, Turkey is actually richer than many countries in the world, and Turkey has the potential to reflect this into tourism.
So we wanted to examine Istanbul and Büyükada's gastronomy relation. Büyükada has a long history of fishing and fish restaurant culture, and thanks to this culture, Büyükada has been establishing a gastronomic connection with the mainland for years. Although fishing activities cannot be carried out as much as before because due to pollution of Marmara Sea and etc., Büyükada still continues to preserve its rakı and fish culture. Visitors from Istanbul comes to island not for only sightseeing, but also for rakı and fish. Reflection of the rakı and fish culture of Büyükada can be seen in the restaurants on the coastline of the mainland. For example, we put exemplary pictures of Kadıköy and Büyükada. The resemblance is obvious. So we created a map which starts from Istanbul Nişantaşı and reaches to Büyükada by passing through the favorite stops. We include many different kinds of restaurants in this gastronomy map, such as artisan restaurants, gourmet restaurants, cafes, esnaf lokantası, as we said in Turkish, or many other restaurants. After that, we wanted to examine the current restaurants in the island and their impacts on their environment. As it can be seen, island is divided into three main centers and forms a gastronomical backbone. The first area is center area. It's the area where most restaurants are in. Splendid Palace, Cafe Splits, Lido, and Milto are some of the important restaurants on the center area. Fishing restaurants gather in mainly in coastal part. The second part is Bay Area. Bay Area has just become popular with new formations such as Lodge Ada, which is owned by Mesial chefs. For those who doesn't know, Mesial stands for Culinary Arts Academy. And the third one is Forest Area. Forest Area is popular with local people, but also with tourists who are using the bike route or who came to island for hiking.
On this map, we mark local taste points and some gastro stations that exist in the past of the island culture memory. For example, Büyükada Bakery, famous for its specific Turkish delight cookies. Also, Yalova Charcuterie, famous for its potato croquettes. And a few mobile stations like Büyükada Dondurmacısı and mobile pickle shop located by the pier.
Considering that the agricultural production methods are the cornerstone of the gastronomy and can be reflected in the menus and styles of the restaurants, we wanted to examine the local agricultural production methods as well. We started by examining the current agricultural productions on the island. Beekeeping, viticulture, lavender cultivation, grapes cultivation, historic vineyards, historic olive groves are the production methods that are going on right now. After that, we wanted to examine the island's potential. Island is suitable for olive cultivation, mushroom cultivation, lavender cultivation, beekeeping, viticulture, and apiculture. As the result of all the analyses we made, we created a gastro route proposal. This proposal covers steps like workshops, gastronomy festivals, and tasting selling areas. We wanted to start by workshops. With workshops, tourists typically learn the history of local dishes, how to identify local ingredients and cooking practices. Workshops can provide tourists with opportunities for intimate and sincere relations with locals. Considering that there is a new formation going on in the shore area, we thought that putting workshop areas can be good on that area. The second one is tasting points. Gastro tourists are not only attracted to restaurants and cuisines, but also local products. Most of the gastro tourists buy local products to take their experience to their houses. Considering this situation, we thought that creating areas where tourists can taste and buy local products and dishes can be good. We thought that agriculture area and shore area can be suitable for tasting areas. Last but not least, food festivals. Food festivals are considered strengthening for local cultural heritage. Food festivals are related to food culture of an area, whether through the preparation of food served or the time period in which festivals are celebrated. We thought that gastronomy festivals can be held in various places by the harvest or the special days.
And in order to strengthen the relation between culture and gastronomy of Ireland, we have created a festival calendar. The island bears the cultural traces of the communities that have lived here throughout history. And today, although not as much as before, festivals and holidays of the community are together in the island. And the people living on the island are mostly Muslims, Jews, Greeks, and Armenians. For example, the Apokris festivals of Greeks, which was also celebrated in Istanbul in the past years, the people featuring foods, drinks, and entertainment before the Lent. Also, Purim is a special Jewish festival of sweets. They exchanging gifts of foods and drinks and sugars, known as Mishloa Mano. The day of Ashura, which is also a gastronomy-related special religious day, is made of mixture consisting of grains, fruits, and nuts, and it's distributed to friends and neighbors without regard to the religion or belief. And we represent some gastronomy festivals that we recommended. Next slide. For example, Christmas market in Splendid. Ayorgi Day on 23rd April. And Greek Christos Festival in Christos Monastery.
As a result of all the analyses and topics we mentioned, we create a hybrid gastronomy-based map. We wanted to call it a hybrid map because it contains all the existing gastronomy elements and our new proposals. This map starts from the pier and covers the whole island by passing through the bike road. Festival areas, restaurants, tasting points, workshop areas, mobile food carts are included in this map. We also thought that the gastromobile stations that we are going to use in this area could be created with the structure made by the Active Public Spaces group. And we created an example of gastronomic activities can be done in a day. We use a tourist coming from Istanbul for a day as our type. We thought that they can take the first ferry at 7:30 that departures from Kabataş and arrive to Büyükada at 9:30, and they will have their breakfast at Bahçede Snack. After that, they can buy their ice cream from Büyükada Dondurmacısı and they can visit Büyükada Kulübü. And after that, they can participate in bicycle tour at 2, and they can visit Ayorgi Church at 4, and they can have a break in Yücetepe Kırk Gazinosu.
So architecture actually appeals to the sense of sight and touch, and gastronomy appeals to the sense of taste and smell. If we actually combine these two, we can make the experience of the island much better. After this, how are we going to work with the different groups on the island? Because every group has a different kind of proposal. So the Circle Büyükada group wants to make the island as circular and sustainable as possible. So for instance, they will use and reuse the waste from the food so the island remains as circular as possible. There are several mobile gastro stations on the Gastro route provided by the Active Open Spaces group, and they have designed flexible, demountable and reusable structures that can be used on different places on the island. And at this mobile food station, you can have workshops, eat and drink. For the Reviving by Population group, we have provide additional activities where people can come to the island and attend to these different activities. And a group of island gardening will give us special fruit and vegetables that we can use for the workshops and cook dishes from the island. And finally, we have the Büyükada app, which we will at our Gastro route, so everyone will always be available to the guest route on the island. This was our presentation. Thank you for listening.